Welcome back to another amazing episode of Rounds of the Knights Table. I'm Jim.
I'm Eric.
And today we're going to talk about John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum, which just sounds more cerebral than anything. It's really just a semi-automatic weapon, something like that, pistol, whatever. This film is about assassin, ex-hitman, John Wick, who, in the previous one, killed a member of the High Table and has been given 1 hour to get the hell out of Dodge. And they're going to cut him off from everything. So they put a $14 million bounty on his head. Anybody's game. $14 million sounds awfully enticing, except it's against John motherfucking Wick.
You better double that.
Let's talk about the good.
Let's do it.
No, let's talk about the bad.
Oh.
Whatever. The bad, for me, some of the acting. It's Keanu Reeves.
His age is finally starting to maybe show a little bit. Maybe not in the face or the body, but also kind of in the way he's talking.
I mean, he doesn't quite sound like Ben Affleck. Now, what happened there? He left that thing in his throat. Not enough Ian McShane. Not enough Lawrence Fishburne. It dragged a little bit at the end. With the zero, I didn't necessarily care for those assassins. They were okay. It wasn't like Jet Li in Lethal Weapon 4. And I know Lethal Weapon 4 doesn't get a lot of love. Chris Rock, thanks. Blonde Joe Pesci. Isn't he blonde in that? They fuck you. They fuck you with the cell phone.
He just constantly wears the little fedora hat.
So the adjudicator shows up because she's got everybody on notice now because they're thinking, oh, they all assisted John Wick, which, I mean, they towed the line.
They didn't really help him assassinate the guy, but they didn't exactly stop him.
What are you going to do? Kill John Wick? But she was very stiff, and I understand that's what the character called for, but she was very, reading off the script to me. Not for nothing, she came on screen. I was like, oh, it's going to be like some European actress. No, American accent. I don't know why I was so disappointed. I was like, I don't know why. Maybe she could have used the same accent Michael Keaton used in Dumbo.
Not enough of the pup. The pit bull.
Oh, yeah.
John's dog.
Well, he left it with the concierge.
For such a super assassin, John Wick got his butt handed to him a lot in this movie.
His age is showing.
I mean, yeah, he took a few years off, but he's had 2 movies to get back into the groove now.
It's like a week. Oh no, it's like an hour later.
It's been overall the 3 movies have only been like a week or 2.
A full bare naked lady with some of the action. If I have to nitpick, it was when dudes would come at him one-on-one.
Yeah.
Come on. Who are you? The Ninja Turtles?
You know that you're going against John Wick. You're so happy about going against John Wick. And you're only going to go like 1-on-1, 2-on-1 at the most. You know this guy has a reputation. 50-on-1 isn't enough. This
dude is like Steph Curry. You could put 3 dudes on him, and he could lay down on the other foul line. He's still going to hit the shot. Let's talk about the good. The action. First and foremost, the action. The cinematography of it all. Choreography of the fights. But also the cinematography as far as the lighting and stuff. Because it's very neon-y. You know. And then also, they did a great blend of retro computers and stuff. And it's also these women that, you would see maybe in the old school operator days. But
how can I transfer your call?
But they're women with tattoos and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of low-key foxy.
Low-key.
Well, I mean, they weren't pouring out. They had on, they were very attractive women, but it was it's very classy.
Right.
And then Lawrence Fishburne. I mean, that dude's Morpheus. Halle Berry.
Very good.
Was good in this. I hope she's back.
She
has the tendency to go off the deep end. Watch as she dives in.
Lance Reddick, amazing. As Charon, the concierge.
He was good. I need him in more. And again, Ian McShane. Ian McShane was so good. I feel like him and Al Pacino should do a movie together. They look a lot alike.
That would be a good team.
And they got like that same kind of fiery spirit.
You know, you spoke about the whole cinematography and the choreography of all the action sequences. You know, big fights. Like John Wick's got a couple big shootouts where the action wrapped around pretty well. It didn't even focus on John too much this time.
Yeah.
It focused a lot on Halle Berry, and I appreciated that.
I bet you did.
I mean, you know, you compare that to other movies out right now with big action sequences like Endgame. That could feel a little choppy to some people, the way they go back and forth between all the superheroes. But this one, it felt very contained and very natural, the way it was shot.
It felt a lot to me like Atomic Blonde. I understand Atomic Blonde came out after John Wick, but those movies for me, I appreciated both of them. This one more. But like Charlize Theron did a lot of her own stunts, if not all of them, I don't recall. Not a lot of cuts.
Yeah.
As where I hope that we're getting away from what happened in the early 2000s when the Bourne movies came out, when it was like cut, like, I mean, a cut after cut, like 20 cuts per second. You got more cuts than you got frames, dog. John Wick 4.
Already confirmed. Release date out.
What happens in this one at the end, he kills Zero.
Yeah.
And his people. And that was funny when he was dying, though. I'm right behind you with like a sword hanging into his stomach, right? The Adjudicator.
She goes up to the roof after calling a parlay. Kind of makes it.
We've got parlay. I don't know. I went Al Pacino for Ian McShane. Hooah!
I mean, not very far off.
Same height.
But she goes up to the roof and talks to the manager and Sharon about making a deal, like, you know, let's stop all this bloodshed. He just wants to be kind of back in the good graces. He wants to keep control of his Continental, but they still have to decide what to do about John Wick.
Angelica Houston's in this, and she runs a kind of a John Wick training facility, like wrestling and just ballet and all this
Training
stuff.
them like how to fight, how to wrestle, do ballet, blend in, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Black Widow training. When
they were going through that building, which was like an old theater, and then it led into this little hideaway and all this stuff. Man, I felt like I wanted to be there. So the cinematography from that standpoint was great. It was very compelling. Yeah. I thought that this wasn't just a dumbed down action movie.
Right.
And par for the course with Mission Impossible. I think those are our two best action franchises that we have out now. I don't care for Fast and the Furious. I know a lot of people love Fast and the Furious.
How about when he was hitting them guys with the knives?
Oh, gangs. He hit that dude like 55 times with it.
And then in the head.
Oh my God, just incredible action. Great action. I was like, oh my God, it's relentless.
And the shotguns. When they went back for, you know, more firepower.
I'm going to need more guns.
What do you need? I'd score it a 9-3.
Ooh. This one was better than 2. Not as good as 1. Although it was up there. Score it 8.6. Shout out new subscribers. Ethan, Christine. If you're new and your name hasn't popped up on my subscription thing, leave us a message down in the comments. Hit that like. Press that subscribe. And we will check you out next time. Only on Rounds of the Knight's Table.